State Rep Corky Combs to go first. 2 minutes opening statement, Corky.
Thank you, George. How can you follow that, huh? Great job, George. Thank you all for inviting us here tonight. It is an open democracy meeting, and I'm pleased to be part of it. My name is Corky Combs. I've lived in Butler County all my life. My wife Carol, over 40 years, and 5 children. It's a great place to live. You know, when we went into endorsement for the Republican Party, we were asked the question, would you raise taxes? Somewhat surprised, I was the only one that said no. I got chastised for that by some people, mostly liberals, but it kind of hit me as, what are you thinking about? We sold a budget in the state of Ohio, $8 billion, without raising taxes. I see no reason that we should raise taxes in Butler County. How do you do that? Many years ago, I established the Economic Development Association of Butler County. It was a public-private organization that did economic development for Butler County. The county put up $60,000. Privates put up over $150,000. We worked together for economic development. That means jobs. That's how you continue prosperity in Butler County. That's how you can provide services without increases in taxes. That's what you got to work towards. Jobs. I've done it. I've done it to the state. I've done it to the county. And I will do it again. We will put people back to work with the knowledge that I have and with the abilities to work between the state and the county. We'll put it together and we'll make this county very, very prosperous. Thank you all.
Next, T.C. Rogers. T.C.
I thank the Westchester Tea Party, and I will welcome all of you to the Rogers neighborhood. I live a mile from here. I'm here for the same reason you are. As a resident of Butler County, I have the interest in the direction of our future and a justified concern of how the commissioners have handled our tax dollars. I believe the discussion about value is appropriate. The value of your home, the value of your job, and what it takes to keep it, the value of your child's education. These are the questions on people's minds tonight. And on March 6th, you will decide the value of a long-term political career versus a new era of leadership with a higher level of management skills. Many years in office should produce a program or accomplishment an individual politician is known for. Are you thinking of one now? An office holder has a hard time with credibility saying what they're going to do if they haven't done that in the many years before. And I also believe that we should evaluate the term responsibility. I don't think you can take credit for jobs that are still in the negotiation stage if you can't take credit for the jobs that actually left the county. But enough about them, let's talk about me. I believe I'm the most qualified person to become a commissioner in many years when it comes to level of education, experience in business turnaround situations, vast personal knowledge and relationships with all communities throughout the county, and a proven track record of accomplishments, turning personnel and assets into a higher value than they were before we started. We truly have a wonderful home in Butler County, rich in the history of coated paper, safes, and machine tools. We still produce for the world stainless steel, life-saving drugs, armored vehicles, beer, and parts for jet engines. My promise to you is to expand the talents of our local workforce to uplift our own economy, because it's not Washington or Columbus that will turn things around. It starts right here with the people of this county. So thank you, and God bless Butler County.
Commissioner Jeff Burton. Jeff.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity and the invitation to be here tonight. Butler County is a vibrant, progressive, and safe county in which to live. We have realized much in the way of economic development and have been known as the job creation capital of Ohio until the recession hit. We have been negatively affected by the recession like everyone globally. The state has also taken millions of dollars by cutting our local government fund. We have made the necessary cuts and layoffs to balance the budget. We have done this and still maintain one of the lowest sales tax rates in the state and the highest bond rating in Butler County's history. I was honored by the Butler County Chiefs of Police Association for my leadership in making the countywide emergency radio system a reality. Any police, fire, or life squad member can communicate with any other safety officer anywhere in the county with the flip of a switch, if they only had that in New York when they had the 911. I was instrumental in the development of the Union Center Interchange, Liberty Way Interchange, 747 and Bypass 4 widening, the regional highway, the massive improvements to the Butler County Regional Airport, and I stood up to fight corruption and greed. I called the FBI to investigate the Dynas scandal. This investigation led to the conviction of 8 individuals for numerous felony charges. Many were also ordered to pay millions in restitution, and some have been sentenced to years in federal penal institutions. I have been and will continue to be committed to doing the right thing for the betterment and safety of the citizens of Butler County. Thank you.
Next, from Liberty Township, Jody Billerman.
Hello. I gather that some of you have read your program and found out that I'm a Democratic candidate for Butler County Commissioner. I'm not here as a Democrat. I'm here as one of your neighbors. I'm here as a long-term resident. And as a matter of fact, this room is very, very, very familiar to me. As a matter of fact, in the early 80s, I played Mrs. Soames in Our Town and sang off-key right down there. Thank you very, very much for inviting me. And I understand that the primary purpose for most of you to be here is to actually decide which of the other candidates that you will be supporting. However, I would like to introduce myself and give you an opportunity to get to know me, because I understand that you know most of them quite well. It was very exciting when George called me and invited me, and I think he was a little surprised that I was pleased to come. Very much so, because I love to discuss policy. I'm keenly interested in it. I was a reporter in Northwestern Ohio who covered the Seneca County Commissioners. I've lived in both Liberty Townships in the state of Ohio, one in Hancock County, one here. Anyone who knows me as a neighbor knows that I'm a person who will mow your lawn. And so, although I'm a Democrat, I'm very, very trustworthy and reliable, and I love talking about these things. Now, I graduated, as I mentioned, from Lakota High School near the top of my class. I attended the University of Cincinnati, where I graduated magna cum laude, went on to become a reporter. And since then, I have raised my children here and spent 10 years as a stay-at-home mom doing contract work, part as a biz consultant, doing strategy and team leadership. And it is that I come to speak to you about. What does success look like in a commissioner? Does it look like us owing $28,000 per 1,000 residents? I ask you that when peer counties actually owe 86, not thousands, $86. So I look forward to getting to know you over the next several months, and I thank you very much for having me.
And next, we have Daryl Oldhouse, representing the Libertarian Party.
Hello, I'm Daryl Oldhouse. I remember a long time ago I was a Republican, and John Boehner used to have these signs that say Boehner, because nobody had ever said his name correctly, so I'm sort of the same way. My name is Daryl Oldhouse. It's a fine German name, and I'm very proud of it. I'm a lifelong resident of Butler County also. I grew up in Hamilton. I am a nurse. I have an associate degree in nursing. I've been working at Fort Hamilton Hospital for the last 10 years as a charge nurse and a part-time supervisor. Why am I running? I just have a tremendous concern for the country and the county, where we're going in our history. My grandmother always said, don't just sit on the sidelines and complain, do something. So this is my opportunity to get involved and do something. I have no illusions about my inexperience in county politics, but I look at that as an advantage in a lot of ways because I can think outside the box. I do that all the time as a nurse. Why am I a libertarian? Like I said, I used to be a strong Republican until I realized that the Republicans weren't really walking the walk. They were talking about limited government, but I kept seeing government getting huge. And I found the Libertarian Party, and surprisingly, they are about limited government, free markets, and personal responsibility. Very similar to what the Tea Party is about. I attended one of the first Tea Party gatherings in Cincinnati, and I was really surprised at the protest was peaceful. When everybody was gone, there was no litter around. I was shocked. I was impressed. I am equally impressed with the number of people that are here. It just gives me great encouragement for this country, and I just want to do a good job for y'all. Thank you.
And last, my good friend, Commissioner Don Dixon, and as I mentioned, Don is running unopposed. For those of you that are going to handicap the race, put your money on Don, okay?
Thanks, George. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me. I feel it's a great honor to be here tonight just to say hi to everyone and answer any questions you may have later on. I don't want to take any time from the candidates. I'm sure you have some questions for them. Let me just touch on a couple things real quick while I'm finishing my first term as county commissioner. When I first started, our budget was $94 million. Today, we're operating on a $78 million budget. Today, we have an Office of Management budget, which actually has a plan and financial forecasting for where the county is going and where it's been. We are in the process of doing a number of different things in the county. Central purchasing is one of the issues that we brought on board and handled. I think one of the main achievements that I'd like to just speak a second about is we changed the way the county does its personnel business. No longer do you work for the county, and if you're living and breathing the next year, you get an automatic raise. Now it's performance-based. And when you look at that, that's estimated to save the county $3 million over the first 5 years. So we are doing business different in the county. We need to. It's a different world. I have a lot of other ideas I'd like to share with you. I'd be glad to after this if you won't like. But I don't want to take any more time from these qualified candidates. So thank you for inviting me.